All right, little nighttime practice session. Was super sick all week. Didn't even leave my room, let alone the house. It's clean that case. So this is gonna be the first time hitting balls in a while, at least a week. And I haven't even hit any yet. I just collected some. Just got here, but anyway. Wanted to see how the swing was looking for a nice Christmas and a week leading up to Christmas, so feeling like I was dying, but feeling better. Still a little weak. Anyway, let's see how the swing is. Shot seemed alright, pretty smooth. Got another light on over here because one of my lights went out. It's a little dim in here. It's hard to see. It was a little, see it at that angle, a little toey. I'm just going to hit more than one before I show the shots. These are really my first swings in a while. That was better. Maybe a little more on the heel side, actually. Be right in between those two. Yep, that's right between them, dead center. These balls feel like absolute trash though. They're just really crappy, old, beat up range balls that are basically frozen. Picked it clean. This isn't the worst. I'd rather, pick a ball clean than catch it fat. Not much happens when you just catch it a little thin, groove or two low on the face, just kind of sweep it off the turf. Definitely rather that than a little fat, because when it's fat, it comes up short. When it's thin, you just get usually a little bit more spin out of it. Might be a touch shorter. The wind's in your face, hitting it thin will you'll lose the distance because it shoots the spin up. All right, I won't catch this one though. Where am I? Let's see if I'm catching them. I'm basically center. See, the first one was on the toe, and then I overcompensated and hit it kind of on the heel. You can see caught one thin, but it was thin center. And the rest have just been, right there in the center. Ball striking's never been an issue as far as left and right. That's pretty easy. Still doesn't mean the ball goes exactly where you want it to, though, even if you catch every shot flush. That was a touch thin again. I'm super rusty. I mean, I didn't play all year. Then again, I hadn't played in probably 9 days or something. I haven't even touched a golf club until right now. That's the swing. That was also the one golf ball that isn't a range ball. I'm sure you can hear the difference. And this thing, I'm sure, feels like crap compared to a good ball. This piece of shit Spalding felt like a Pro V1 after hitting these things, these rock hard range balls. There's no pop to them. You can hear the difference. The Spalding, the range ball. Range ball, Spalding. And it bounces so much higher too. The range balls are just dead. I kind of like that though for practicing because you really have to catch them flush. If you miss hit them a little, you can really tell. And then also, when I'm out in the course playing a Pro V1 or whatever, it feels so nice in comparison. all over the place. Might be favoring the heel ever so slightly. I am trying to crowd it a little bit. I'm standing a little bit closer than what I feel is comfortable. Whoop, didn't heal that one. Did not heal that one. Fat toe. That was ripped. That was ripped. Yeah. I was talking to someone online earlier about this, about how the club exits after impact. You watch or listen to any great player ever, you'll see that obviously the club head hits the ball, and that club head follows the ball down that target line till about here, and then just, you know, the natural curve of the body brings everything around and left. I've heard a lot about, I don't know why people are talking about getting the handle low left. I mean, obviously you don't want it out here, but no, you want that club head chasing the ball down the target line. Right there is where you see every player. You know, on there, was it P8 or 9 there? Was it P7, 8, 9? Somewhere right in between P8. I guess it would be P8. You see that club head. Basically, the back of her arm right here is nice flat wrist, toe to the sky. The club head's chasing the ball down the target line. You know, it's not over here. It's not over here. It's not here, there. It's right there. Same in the backswing and the downswing. You know, you see most players right around this club, parallel with their target line, and back and through, and then again right there. The club head just follows the ball down the target line, and then the body just brings everything up and around to the left. You shouldn't have to, you know, I'm not trying to get my hands to go left. I don't know where that low and left ever came from. I think that's a terrible swing thought for people to have. I mean, maybe if someone swings like if their swing is like out to the right or something, maybe they should feel like they're coming into the low left. But I've always seen, I've always heard, I've always felt, and seen and heard from great players, and I've always felt myself, like I hit the ball, and that club head is just chasing the ball down the target line. You don't even really have to think about it. I mean, I'm just keeping that head low to the ground and chasing the ball for that section after impact, and then your body just comes around. You know, if I'm trying to hook it, I might, just from turning the club face over, end up a little bit more this way to the left. I'm really trying to fade it, still following the ball down the target line, except it would be left. Following the ball down the target line, I just might hold it off and end up a little bit more of that Arnold Palmer finish, versus I'm trying to hook it. You know, I might be a little more here, but still that club after impact, you know, for a good 3-4 feet, is just chasing the ball down the target line. If I'm just aiming for those guitars right there, that club head, it's just down that line at those guitars. And it just ends up right there, up and around. Try to hit a little low one right at the target, or right at the guitars. Right down the line. It's just not, I don't know why you'd want to be anywhere else besides down the line. But they were trying to say, no, the handle exits low left. That just feels weird. If I have the handle low left over here, that's awkward. And obviously you don't want to, you're not like going this way, and the club's not moving in a literal straight line down the target line like this, because it's connected to your body, you know, so it's following it down the line, and just the natural course of everything, momentum, the way the club's designed, the way your body is just gonna come right around. Shouldn't really have to think about it too much. Short of kind of like you're throwing a rock or a ball or whatever at a target, you're kind of throwing the golf ball at the target. You flush. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Oh, that was trash. Got fat. Watch that. That ball felt like shit though. What else do we got here? There's 7-iron somewhere. There it is. Some 7-irons with the freezing cold grip. That was flush. Dead center. A little knockdown hook. Knockdown cut. Definitely a little knockdown cut. I might have picked it just a hair clean. Felt good though. Yeah, just the groove are so low. Back to normal. Easy game. I mean, all games are easy. This is one of the harder games, but doesn't mean it's that complicated. I think a lot of people like to overcomplicate it. The thing about it is the more you understand the game of golf and the more you understand the physics of it, the swing dynamics, the more you understand course management, strategy, angles, your own game, the easier and it becomes in the sense that you can simplify it. Like, it's just so, you understand the cause and effects of everything. So if you're missing it right, you probably know why you're missing it right. Or if you're hitting on the heel or the toe or hooking the ball, like it's not that big of a deal. It's not just, well, why am I slicing the ball? That's usually the big thing, is everyone slices it, so the ball goes right. They always feel like they need to swing left, so they're like, oh no, I don't want to go right, so they open everything up, which all that does, and try to swing left, and they just end up cutting across the ball and putting even more slice spin on it, as opposed to if I'm slicing the ball, I'm either going to play that cut, but more likely I'm going to get on the range and I'm going to start aiming right. I'm going to hit some big hooks. It's just not that hard to, but aim out to the right and hit some big old sweeping hooks. And then go back to hitting it straight, or at least trying to hit it straight. After hitting some hooks, guys, like if you were slicing it that day, hit a handful of hooks, and then go back to trying to hit it straight, and voila. You kind of found that middle ground in your swing, because if you were slicing it, yeah, I mean, it kind of depends. Again, understanding the game helps, because how are you slicing it? Was the ball starting left a little bit and then slicing? Were you hitting a push and then it was slicing? Because the ball starts where the club face is aimed. Most slicers at impact, their club face is already aimed left. Man, this tee's so touchy. So they're aimed left. Their swing, they maybe came back and came over the top, and they're trying to hit the ball left, and their face is actually closed. Most slicers I find have a closed face, but their club path is even further left than the face is aimed. So that ball starts down the left side of the fairway and banana slices way right, because everything is just moving left. Just the opposite. You watch someone hit a draw in super slow motion, that club face is pointed right of the target. It's going to be open a little bit, except for the club path is further out to the right. See what a driver feels like. I feel so weak after being sick all week. Week after a week. Better. Sided. Oh, it's hard to do on this. On this high tee, low tee. Oh yeah, crank the loft up on this. It's at 9.5. That's way more loft than I normally put. Just trying to hit little cuts. Trying to hit little cut drivers. Actually catching it surprisingly high on the face. I know that camera angle, because that camera angle is about this high, kind of looking down. Doesn't make it look that low. But the ball is, it's actually better than the other tee. It's almost half the ball over the club face. Just about perfect, really. I don't like it the full ball over the club face. That's way too high. I like it maybe a quarter of the ball over the club face. That's the swing. That one felt good. It's cold too. It's like 35 in here. Good way to get warmed up. Just rattle off some drivers, loosen your swing up. But I feel like I'm hitting driver stuff. That's why I don't like to practice too much with driver. Or when I do, a lot of times I'll hit a driver, then a 7-iron or something, and then a driver and a 7-iron or something, instead of just a whole bunch of drivers. Because then you go back to your irons and you're like, oh, wait a minute, this is a little different. There it is. Much better. I'm winded. Damn, COVID kicked my ass. Ooh, that was hammered. That little bike tube came down. That felt really, really good. Anyway, I'm going to take a look at those swings. Like I said, this is the first time I've hit balls in, I don't know, 9-10 days, something like that. But just trying to stay, well, not stay sharp, but keep from totally rusting over this winter. So keep grinding, keep it real, peace.